Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on the video. This is the O'ChakDe show. You guys probably already know who he is because you saw him on a Zoom call. This is Sanchan Saxena. He is my biggest mentor so far, and this is my first time meeting him in person. We first met February of 2023.
That's right.
And I cold called you because I wanted you to, I was trying to raise money for my podcast. So I reached out to Sanchan, and how about you explain the rest?
Yeah, it was a Sunday like this, and we were hanging out with my family, and I get this phone call on my cell phone saying, some unknown number is calling me. Who the heck is that? Generally, I don't pick up unknown numbers, but I did. And he starts off by saying, hey, my name is Sachin. I'm 16 years old, and I'm a podcast host, and I'm looking to raise money for my podcast. And he pauses. I'm like, what just happened? Someone just randomly cold called me and said this. And I was amazed. I was amazed by the hustle and the grit, and he kept on speaking and telling me about his stories. And I was very impressed. And we decided to help you and establish your podcast, man.
Yeah, so since that day, we've gone on so many Zoom calls, phone calls. This is our first time meeting in person, which is really exciting. We're in the Silicon Valley right now. We're in San Jose, and if they haven't watched our virtual interview, I'm just gonna ask you some questions.
Sure.
Like, what do you do for a living, and what do you enjoy doing?
Yeah, so I help companies solve customer problems, and the technical definition of that discipline is called product management. So most recently I'm at Atlassian. I'm the SVP and GM of Atlassian. Before that I spent time at Instagram, Coinbase, Airbnb, Microsoft, and a bunch of other companies as well. So it's been fun being in Silicon Valley and helping build products and helping companies become iconic companies like they are today. When I joined Instagram, it was much smaller. I think very small company, made $0 in revenue. Today it makes billions of dollars in revenue. I joined Airbnb, helped them grow as well. And I just love working with founders, man. Working with entrepreneurs like yourself, and seeing you grow and build something amazing.
That's awesome. A lot of teens might be wondering, in the tech world, when someone says I work in product, what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, I think it's a funky discipline in the sense that you don't go to school to become a product manager. You can go to school to become an engineer.
Yeah.
You can go to a design school.
Yeah.
You can do an MBA to become a marketer. But there isn't a program called undergrad product.
That's true. Yeah, I know.
So most people that land in product management stumble upon it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, your job is very simple. You're looking at the market. You're looking at the customers. You're figuring out what jobs to be done they have, and what are they struggling with, what are the problems they have. And then you're marshaling the company's resources to build the right product for the right customer at the right time with the right pricing so that it solves their problems. That's the job. And as a reminder, product management is a generalist job. You're not a specialist in many things. What you do is you partner with specialists. So you'll partner with engineers, designers, marketers, and together you will build a world-class product. So that's the role of a product manager.
So I have a question for you. Okay, you worked at so many companies: Coinbase, Airbnb, Instagram, Microsoft, Yahoo. What did I miss?
I'm at Atlassian right now.
Atlassian. You joined Instagram when there was $0 in revenue, right?
That's right.
So you've joined these when there was literally not. They're called companies now, but you joined it when it was a startup.
Yeah.
What is some similarity that you see in startups that eventually become multi-billion-dollar companies?
Yeah, all these companies today are brand. Like you look at Airbnb, it's a brand. You look at Instagram, it's a big successful brand. Back then they were very, very tiny. So at that stage, it's very hard to look at some hard quantifiable metric and say, aha, that's the reason. Instagram was making $0 in revenue. Who the heck joins a company that makes $0 in revenue, right? Right. Some of these companies were unprofitable back then. So I think the things that you hear and learn about in MBA programs tend to be the wrong indicators when you try to join a startup or earlier stage company. Not even a startup, but like an earlier stage company.
Yeah.
What you want to look for are things that are much different than a traditional MBA program will tell you. Number one is the founder. Like, who is the founder? Do you resonate with the founder? Do you understand their vision? Are you excited to wake up in the morning and help them achieve that vision in this world? If you're not excited about that, no amount of money, title, job security will ever get you.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two is you need to be excited about the product and the problems that you're working on. Right? I love solving problems, but there are certain set of problems that I'm more excited about. Right? Consumer product problems, solving problems that are more B2B2C, but less so about certain other types of problems. Right? So whatever your passion area is, you got to make sure that the company that you're joining is solving problems in the same domain that you are excited about. Right? If you're not excited about that, again, no amount of money, job, etc. will ever get you there. And last but not the least, you want to make sure that you're joining a company where you can learn the most. You know, when you're earlier stage in your career, I highly recommend optimizing for learning rather than optimizing for title, money, or any of those things, man. So find the founder who will teach you the most, find a company, a culture that you're excited about, and just learn. The faster you learn, the more successful you'll be.
Now I have to ask you, what drew you towards Atlassian? Because you're the SVP and GM now. It's a new thing you're starting.
Yeah.
Why did you choose that specific company? The guy behind the camera is my brother, who's actually also working at Atlassian.
That's right, that's right.
So you get to meet him there, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, that's how we had this whole meetup. But what drew you towards Atlassian? I mean, it's obviously a phenomenal company, super successful. But why did you want to work there? What excited you about that?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, I took a little bit of a break from my career. I've been in the industry for a while. I traveled the world, you know, semi-YouTuber, semi-traveler, semi-retired, you know. I was having fun with family. And as I started looking around what's next for me, I mean, Atlassian felt like the right challenge for me for many reasons. But one of the top reasons is that it's an incredibly successful company.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more to be successful.
Yeah.
The kinds of things that Atlassian can help enterprises and consumers solve is very, very exciting to me. So I thought I'll bring my skill set of consumer world, you know, to there, and also scale this company to the next level. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome. And you know, I've already asked you this many times, and I asked you in the other interview. For people who haven't watched it, what is your best advice for teens?
Best advice for teens, yeah, man. I mean, there's so many things I can share, but you know, the best advice I ever got when I was a teenager from my dad was always assume that the thing that you're working on, the best case scenario for that. So here's traditional advice. Like, oh my God, you're gonna start a company? Think about the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And
I've actually heard that. I don't get why people say that at all.
Like, why the fuck spend so much energy thinking about the worst case when you can think about the positive
best case, yeah.
right? Imagine the best possible outcome.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, just hit for that home run.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, work hard for that, right?
Yeah.
And as long as you're focusing on that now, again, I don't want you to be oblivious about the downsides, work towards that, etc. But man, just don't fall into this analysis paralysis mode. Pick what you love, go after it, and assume the best is gonna happen. Man. Just crush it.
I will do that. And guys, I will be staying in touch with Sanchan for probably the rest of my life, honestly.
Sorry to do that.
Yeah, I will be. And yeah, guys, that's the O'ChakDe show. That was one of our episodes. This is Sanchan. Where can people find you online?
You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on YouTube. My handle is @TheRealSanchan.
The Real Sanchan. Okay.
I only talk real shit there.
Real shit. No, you actually do though. I agree with that. Guys, thanks for watching the video. You can go to ochakde.com if you want to learn more about me. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.